Hello guys, I'm back with another episode. I just came back, or I didn't leave anywhere. I just haven't been uploading recently, and well, this video's gonna be a little different. You see, there's no screen. I'm gonna be reading a story, a scary story. I don't know why. I just feel like reading. A lot of people do it. So, our first story is Pokemon Lost Silver. It's basically Soul Silver, but a hacked game. I'll just read it. You see, I am a simple college student living alone in a apartment. I was very enthusiastic about the released Pokemon game, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Here in the States, I've purposely locked myself out of all media and the internet, aside for school purposes. That means no no. Okay, no internet. Okay, no websites and all that. As I was busy with the school year and being poor at the time, I wasn't able to buy Soul Silver on its launch date. After my school year ended, I ordered Soul Silver on Amazon. That's a good website. However, it would take a week for it to arrive. I decided during the time I would replay my Crystal version on my Game Boy Color. Hold on. My voice again. However, I realized that long ago my mom threw it away because I told her the save went dead, and I was very upset about it then. She also threw away my silver version, so all I have is my Game Boy Color. Sorry. I need help getting a better reader. As such, I set out to GameStop and bought a used silver version, as it's the only Pokemon game left that they have for the Game Boy Color. $10, fairly cheap. I went home and started it up for a nostalgia trip. I can't read it. I'm only in 6th grade. However, that's where things started getting bizarre. And most likely the reason why you read this, the Game Freak logo started up as normal, but it just froze there. I thought the cart was just aired or something, so I turned it off and on. The same thing happened. I tried pressing A and start over and over of the buttons. Eventually, the logo vanished, and there was a black screen for about 5 seconds. Suddenly, rather than going to the usual menu screen, I was already in the game in a previous save file, which was odd as I expecting all of these carts to have been wiped by the poor battery. Either way, I wasn't complaining, as I would have chosen the continue options to see what the previous guy did anyways. First off, I checked his trainer information. His name's just ... He didn't have much organ... Oh, I don't know. I checked his profile, and apparently he had full hours put into the game with all 16 badges and the maximum of Pokemon dollars. And all 251 Pokemon on the Pokédex. Okay, that's why I was thinking of red. Never mind, it is 251, I think, on the Pokédex. Seeing as he apparently had Mew and Celebi logged also, I'm guessing he either used a Game Boy Genie or it was a really hardcore Pokemon player back then. I checked his Pokemon to see what badass team he has. To surprise, I saw 5 unknowns and a sixth Pokemon named Hari. I'm thinking that this must be some cruel joke by the person who last played this game. But I decided to check the profiles of those Pokemon. Anyways, I expected they were different letters of unknowns, all level 5. I was a bit shaky with my unknown alphabet at the time, but I identified the word spelled out to be leave. For the 6th Pokemon, it turned out to be Cyndaquil. This is... I'm not gonna read that. The Cyndaquil looked normal, but it was level 5 with only 1 HP left. Only 2 attacks, Leer and Flash. I don't know why the name they named him Hurry, but at the time I just disregarded, sorry. The most worrying thing was that despite my volume being at max, none of the Pokemon had said their usual cries, just pure silence. Having enough of the team, I closed it. I was parked at the appears to be a room inside Bellsprout Tower. However, for some reason there were no NPCs around. Even more eerie was that the pillar in the middle didn't move at all, as if just leaning on its side. There was no music at all, and there was no exit or ladders, or at least I thought there wasn't. This is a long story. I walked around for a few minutes, but can't seem to find a way out. Was certainly not a room I've seen in Bellsprout Tower before. I tried checking my items for an escape rope, but the bag was completely empty. There wasn't any wild Pokemon either. Finally, I managed to find a ladder, which turned out to be behind the pillar. The screen turned black and the music finally started playing. I had suddenly chills, and I recognized the melody I heard to be the theme you hear when you listen to the radio at the Alph Ruins, where the unknowns are at. I immediately realized that it wasn't a loading transition, but rather I was a dark room and would need flash. Before I took care of that, though, I immediately took my Pokegear and changed the radio to something more pleasant, but it turned out there was no radio card, or even a phone, nor time cards. There was only a map card, in which Gold, from earlier, and I call him Gold from now on, was just walking in the mist of black. I recall the Cyndaquil had flash, so I turned off my Pokegear and made Cyndaquil use flash. I didn't see any messages saying Hurry had used flash, or anything like that. The room just became lit. Just like that, as soon as I regretted it, the room was chilling blood red and with a linear gray path heading south. The ladder I used to go up and down, was not there at all. I had no choice but to head south. The screen got darker every 20 steps. I finally made it to the end, which appears to be a sign. I read the sign which said, "Turn back now." Suddenly, I was asked to question, yes or no. But there was no question asked. I chose yes, as I don't know what it was asking, and the screen went black again, making a ladder climb sound. The unknown radio music stopped, and in a few seconds, it was replaced with the not as creepy Pokeflute radio music. Oh, let me breathe again. I was in another dark room, but I held my breath and used flash again. Suddenly, it said Hurry as fainted, which was odd since I recall there was no status condition like poison on him, and I clearly wasn't in a battle. I checked my Pokemon quickly, and suddenly, he's no longer in my party. In fact, after a bit of investigating, instead all replaced with level 10 unknowns. I did the same thing before. I spelled out the unknown. My then team unknown spelled, "He died." Is it still recording? Okay. Either way, after that creepy change, the room was lit to reveal myself in a very small room that appears to be only 4 squares big. The walls of the room were gray bricks, as if I was inside something that was hollowed out. Outside the room appeared to be a bunch of graves similar to the ones in Pokemon Red and Blue. Oh, sorry. I did drink soda before I started this, so yeah. I walked around that small room and pressed A, but nothing happened. I've already concluded that this was clearly a hacked game, and someone sadistic fuck sold it to GameStop. Sorry, I am not supposed to be cursing. I'm only 12 years old. However, my curiosity kept me going, and I checked the trainer profile of ... again, only to find out that the sprite of Gold was missing his... If this was a spirit, I don't know, of Gold was missing his arm. He also seems to appear less smug, but rather seems more sad and empty in a way that I do not know how to describe. For some reason, it also now said that he has 24 badges, which was clearly impossible. After a few minutes, after AIM was wondering, my character suddenly spun and did the escape rope spin animation. Instead of flying up, though, my character spun downwards, slowly, as if I was sinking. I don't know if I should stop here. This is a long story. After the screen, the music stopped. After the screen, the music stopped, and after finally landing, the overworld sprite of Gold is colored differently now. Instead of the usual red color he donned, he appears completely white now, including his skin. It's as if he came straight to... excuse me. Sorry, I lost my word there. It's as if he came straight from the colorless Game Boy games placed into the colored background of the Game Boy Color. You know, I'm gonna keep reading. I checked his profile, and I checked his profile, and now it has white. His overworld sprite, he lost his legs, and has what appears to be body tears from his eyes. It also says now he has 32 badges, which now starts to disturb me. Hold up. You're now getting disturbed from the scary story. This kid, I swear. Now it starts to disturb me, as this change of number seems to represent something important. I also checked my Pokemon, which this time contains 5 unknowns and level 100 Celebi, without a nickname. The unknown are this time leveled 15 and spelled out dying. I checked Celebi's profile. It was a shiny Celebi. As we expect, there's only half of its sprite. I keep thinking it's Spirit. Yeah, I think it's Spirit. 1 leg, 1 arm, 1 eye. It only has 1 attack. Perish song. The area I was in itself was the Sprout Tower, with the bio pillar as before, except everything is apparently red now. I walked north for what felt like forever. Eventually I finally encountered some generic men and women NPCs. They were all lined up to be the side, just facing the long sliddish pillar in the middle. There was also white, and nothing happens when I try to speak to them. I kept on going north until eventually the pillar finally appears to chop off, with a transparent red in that spot. I went up to red, and without even pressing A, I suddenly engaged finally in a battle. I think I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to do a part 2, guys. Sorry. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.